Hello everyone, this is Suzanne Knabe-Nicole from Police Science Doctor with your weekly dose of police science snippets. We're on week 272, and that's 272 times 3 golden nuggets of recent research findings in the fields of police science, evidence-based policing, investigative psychology, and related fields. I go through a lot of recently published articles, and I try to identify those that can hopefully be of practical, immediate use to you, something you can put into your work and into your job straight away, something you can think about straight away. A lot of research is very, very abstract, or it's about methodology, or it's very, very niche. And finding these 3 to present to you is not always an easy task. I'm always grateful for suggestions. You can just email me at contact@policesciencedoctor.com. That's policesciencedr.com. Also, as well as talking about these snippets here every Tuesday on social media, I email them to everyone who's already on the Police Science Doctor email list. And that's a free service. You get the snippets and you get the links to the original research articles. And you also get password access to the password to access the read page on the Police Science Doctor website, where you can go through all the previous week's previous snippets on PDF to see which ones are relevant to your job. Because obviously I can't cater for everyone's role around the globe. There's a lot of you watching this. I can't always find something that's specific to your role. However, you're very welcome to peruse that library, that back catalog of PDFs with 3 snippets each, to see which ones are hopefully useful to your job. So this week, the first one we've got is Anti-Reactance Training. Reactance, a naturally occurring response in people, can manifest as defiance, resistance, or non-compliance, even in situations where cooperation is in a person's best interest. Psychological reactance is a defensive response triggered when individuals perceive that their freedom of choice, emotion, attitude, behavior, or autonomy is being threatened. So this is very relevant to police-citizen encounters. This study evaluated the impact of reactance mitigating linguistic de-escalation training on physical interventions and de-escalation. So officers were trained in using verbal skills in reducing reactance and de-escalating situations. It was found that trained police officers reported significantly higher de-escalations than control officers following the training. So the link to that article is there in the email. The second snippet for this week is about modern gang desisters. Gang exit programs have seen an increase in gang desisters with a different profile than those originally targeted by the programs. These new desisters are predominantly young, 15 to 30 years, have been involved in severe violence and crime, and come from marginalized and ethnically diverse backgrounds. Many face complex psychological problems such as trauma and PTSD. Exit staff face significant challenges in assisting these individuals, in part because they are very young compared to the desisters previously in exit programs, and because the new generation is characterized by an unprecedentedly high level of vulnerability, needs, and criminal entanglement. Again, the link to the original research is in that email, and this article is actually open access, which means you can read the entire article. The first one, unfortunately, is not. That means unless you or your organization has a subscription to the publisher, you can only read the abstract. The abstract is the first paragraph that tells you what the study was about, how it was done, and what the findings were. However, snippet 2 and 3 this week are open access. You can read the entire piece. And I still have a cold this week, so it's still a little bit tedious to be speaking. The third snippet this week is about racist cops. The racist cop stereotype is one of the most prominent social representations of law enforcement in the United States. White officers, as well as those who reported greater stress during the 2020 protests, expressed stronger concerns about being perceived as racist. Concerns about being perceived as racist can drain law enforcement officers' cognitive and emotional resources, contributing to increased risks of burnout. So again, that tells you something about how organizations should be dealing with officers' well-being. There's a lot more detail in that article, but obviously this is just a snippet. So what can organizations do to prevent this kind of burnout? How do you support your officers so they can perform their best when they're dealing with citizens, which is what their job entails. So these are the snippets for this week. Hopefully there was something useful to you. If not, just have a look at the library on the read page. Also, very soon you'll be hearing quite a lot about the Police Science Doctor magazine, which is coming out. I did 14 video recorded interviews with amazing people around the world who have something to share that hopefully can be really, really insightful. I've got an article, essays, the collaboration finder is in there, and there's also going to be an evidence-based policing quiz. So lots to look forward to, and it's all free access to you. Thanks to companies that are advertising. If you also want to advertise, you might still be able to get in. Contact me. This is an international magazine for law enforcement practitioners around the world. So I'll be talking to you about that soon. Until then, and until I see you again next week, stay safe and make good decisions. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.